Hi and welcome. This video is just my thoughts and opinions about the movie Supergirl. Obviously, spoilers for the movie and the comic. I absolutely loved Superman 2025 and are really excited for the new DCU, so I went into this movie with a lot of hope. The week before, I read Tom King's and Bilkis Evely's Supergirl Woman of Tomorrow comic, and I cannot help but walk out of the theater feeling disappointed. Now, was the movie bad? I would not say that at all. It's exactly like 20 MCU movies. I think the problem is that people are just tired of mid superhero slump, but I personally enjoyed it more than movies like Doctor Strange, Homecoming, and Thor. Now, I'm going to go over the positives first. I think Millie Alcock is a great Supergirl. She's obviously a very talented actress, and you really feel her emotions in the movie. You will definitely like the movie more if you haven't read the comic. The story and the plot of the movie itself, it's great. It's only by comparing it to the comic where you can't help but being disappointed of what we could have had. But if you haven't read it, then you would not know that. I think the Krypton scenes were great. I always enjoy seeing more of Kryptonian lore. Plus, I think it helps flesh out Superman's lore by extension. And it got me really curious to see if the reason they did not show Argo City explode was because they're doing Bottle of Candor in Man of Tomorrow. Supergirl and Lobo's costumes are pretty much perfect. I'm a little sad we don't get to see Supergirl's suit until like an hour in the movie, but when it showed up, it was fantastic, and Lobo's design is like one to one from the comic. Honestly, my favorite part of the movie was seeing David Cornsweet as Superman again. He continues to be absolute perfect in the role, and just seeing a good Superman live action really warms my heart. So it's definitely a lot to love if you already love Supergirl or just want to watch a superhero movie. But if you're expecting to be as high quality as something like the Batman 2022 or Superman 2025, I think you will be disappointed. Now, on to the problems I have with the movie. When I read the comic, one thing became glaringly obvious as to why this book was so popular, and it really is the colors. The colors are so bright and beautiful in the source material, and I know a lot of people say that it would be impossible to replicate in live action, but I strongly disagree. The colors and artwork is what takes the comic from mediocre to good. Now, I'm not gonna act like I thought the comic was amazing. Issues 1 to 4 started off really strong. Then, gradually, it felt like King was just buying time until the end, which to be fair was a lot better than the movie's end. Now, the needle drops. They have gotten a lot of heat online, and I completely understand why. But personally, I did not think it was that bad. Now, do I wish it wasn't a song every time someone throws a punch? Yes. But I didn't get annoyed by it as much as a lot of other people did. Now, the biggest problem that I have is the changes they made from the comic that genuinely makes zero sense. Why the fuck did Supergirl kill Krem? Well, we actually know why. It's because none of the people involved in the movie understood the comic ending, which makes even less sense when one of the people involved was Tom King, the writer himself. If you don't know, in the comic, Krypto doesn't actually need the antidote. I mean, he gets shot in the beginning, but at the end we found out that Krypto was completely fine the entire time. The reason Kara brings Ruthie along is to get her to not spend her entire life in anger and searching for revenge, but not by constantly telling her that killing is wrong, like in the movie, but by showing her what a life of revenge and violence is like, and then let's make her own choices. Which works, mind you. Ruthie gets the chance when she's alone with Krem to kill him, but she can't do it. She even stops Kara from killing him. Instead, they imprison him in the Phantom Zone, and then we get to see the flash forward hundreds of years in the future, when Krem is reformed, showing that change is possible. And just when he begs for forgiveness, to be redeemed, Ruthie smacks him in the head with her cane, and is left to interpretation if she knocked him out or killed him. I understand why they did not flash forward in time, but I still think it's stupid to have Supergirl kill someone in the first movie. It's not as stupid as having Superman kill someone, but it still goes against the character, especially when she doesn't even do it in the source material. There is more stuff they changed for the worst, like when they were on the Green Sun planet. It's actually a really cool moment, but in the movie it's just there to get Ruthie kidnapped. And one of my favorite moments were completely cut. When Kara talks to a farmer and helps him complete his work, so he can go see his family. Showing that even when they are on a different planet, she still helps as many people as she can. Also, watching this movie, I felt Kara being really weak. She never really gets to be Supergirl until the last part of the movie, which I understand was intentional, but I still feel disappointed by it. As I said, I was personally disappointed, but the movie is not bad, just not as good as it should have been. But I wouldn't worry about the future of the DCU, because the same writer who wrote Supergirl is writing Wonder Woman and Teen Titans, and they just wouldn't do that unless they were so sure that she's a good writer. This movie was always going to be on a difficult road, not only because of the Snyder Bros and the incels hating, but also because Supergirl doesn't really have the pull that the second movie of the DCU needed. I mean, don't get me wrong, if the movie was absolutely spectacular, it could have worked, but it just wasn't the case. But I'm still excited for the future of the DCU and to see more Supergirl in it. I know this was a very short video, but I just wanted to get my thoughts out there. Let me know what you think about it in the comments. See you next video. Bye.